All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Spice and Wolf, episode 17.
Y'all.
That was
painful.
That was rough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This show really took us to the dog pits, I guess, and just dragged us around. It was rough.
I didn't mean rough as a dog canine
pun. I know,
but damn. Like
the first time, like so many things were addressed and offered and
it all just
rejected
went
and
badly, just big bad,
so bad.
Yeah, and so now, where do we go from here? Because we have this whole, finances thing. So theoretically, this won't even be a problem. But regardless of whether it's a problem in like the practical standpoint and the relational standpoint, it's a big problem. So.
Right. Yeah.
Banana. Like, it's not fun anymore. Like.
Is that your safe word?
No. But, this is why you have safe words.
Right. Exactly.
Not just for like, sex, but like the hey. Time out. Let's pause. Reapproach this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I specifically don't have like that kind of like safe word in this kind of thing, but I do actually have a thing that my wife and I use that is basically the like reset. Like it's a timeout reset, and it's something that we do that's not just verbal, but we have like a physical motion for it as well. I've seen a couple other stories and stuff like that use those kinds of things, but sometimes even that won't help because you say something, you do something like this, and it just crosses lines, it crosses boundaries. It scares someone so much that they forget all the things that brought them to this point. So,
to say nothing of if you only end up having those because you have a situation where you really could have used them,
right?
Which is why
sometimes it's too late.
You can't be too careful. Set those up beforehand.
Yeah, but also if you don't have that kind of relationship at all to begin with.
That's why defining the relationship is really important.
Yeah, but we don't do that here. We have drama, and I am really scared of these characters. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Gorgeous city line there. Oh
yeah,
they're just killing the backgrounds. Feels like
they really are
in this anime.
Every time I see those big, like, hey, like, statue creatures, I'm, like, trying to figure out what animal it is.
There is still someone out there who does want me. Are you anything real for me? No. Am I anything real to you?
Yeah.
The way the words from those fights just dig into your brain.
Good grief, you're a sorry sight. A wall of ironclad confidence earlier, and now look at you.
Yeah.
Unforeseen development. So, what are you coming to me for? If it's about borrowing money, you can save your breath.
I need some advice from you. Which way is the wind blowing, Mark?
Take a look at the price board next to the stone merchants, and you'll see the number of buyers they have waiting keeps outpacing the seller's supply. So I wouldn't bank too much on the price dropping in the next day or two.
We're actually stonk market now.
Yeah.
Suppose I have no choice but to play God then. If the price simply waned organically, Amadi would have ample time to sell out his position. Aye, right. Which might as well be gold now. I have until dusk tomorrow to transform it all back into stone.
Well, gotta talk to an alchemist then.
I suppose I have no choice but to play God then.
Interesting to get that again.
Please tell me again at what price you're willing to purchase these pelts.
Yeah, sure would be nice to have Ho for this.
Right?
What would she do?
It's almost like you should take the first bit of advice he gave and just apologize and reset.
One of these times, those things are gonna land on somebody. Oh.
Who's she looking at? Go to her!
Baka! Yeah.
The problem is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem.
I have a pair of letters that I was instructed to give you.
Who from?
Both of them were left here by your companion. I wrote one up myself, or that is, on the lady's behalf.
Further liquid assets worth... Hang on. It's a list of Amati's assets. This is... Amati's handwriting.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. A contract of marriage?
Oh.
Fetch me every coin I have stored with you.
Oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey! Why don't you watch where you're going?
Oh, he's he's not thinking straight.
Nope.
Yes?
You can relax. This isn't an ambush. I've just come to talk business with you.
Okay. Music change feels hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
I want to sell you my pyrite. A modest stockpile worth approximately 500 Trini silver.
Is that supposed to be a joke?
Not at all.
Does Miss Holo mean so little to you that you'd gladly toss her aside to get your money back?
No. Holo is worth more to me than any sum of coin. I want you to buy it from me on credit.
Buy the pyrite on credit?
The classic Lawrence move. Okay, what has he got cooking?
Simply stated, I'd like to receive 500 Trini silver coins for my supply in advance. Then, regardless of market fluctuation, I'll hand over the agreed upon quantity to you tomorrow evening.
Which is the bait to make him think that this is actually why he's willing to do it.
For example, if I were to sell you a piece valued at 1,200 Elade on credit, you would settle up on payment immediately, and I would owe you that purchased piece.
By that token, if the price were to depreciate to a mere 200 Elade, then I would still only get one piece of pyrite out of my investment.
Correct once again.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
So that's what you have in mind.
Yeah.
Selling stock on credit is a rather audacious strategy for raising funds before you acquire the wares you sold. You're gambling that the pyrite's worth will depreciate.
You cheeky little dickwaffle.
Yeah.
Seems there's no fooling you. Amati, consider this my challenge to a duel.
Dramatic.
Yeah.
I don't think we can seriously call this a duel. This is far too disadvantageous for you, Mr. Lawrence. After all, even a minor appreciation in the value of pyrite would net me enough profit to reach my goal.
There's every possibility that Holo could just tear up the contract of marriage you presented. You have an agreement running with her as well, right? No guarantee that this gesture will secure you her.
That her,
Yeah.
feelings are going to consistently,
I heard you two had quite the fight last
Yeah.
We did.
We've known each other. Holo's cried in my arms 3 times. There are times aplenty when she acts in opposition to her feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying,
I accept.
Yeah. Well done.
Sitting here just now, I actually told myself it would be far too cruel a thing to strip all that you have away from you.
Mm-hmm.
However, if that's how you're going to talk, then I see no reason to be...
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come at me, bro.
Yep.
I'd stake my life on it.
All right.
Bartender's like, I'm a witness, I've seen this.
Cheers!
All right, time to crash it.
Yep.
All's fair in love and economics.
That's right. To say nothing of even if he wins, and Holo just tears up the marriage contract and then goes with Lawrence.
Sure.
doesn't the wholesale purchasing of wheat often take place around the festival's end?
Yeah, it does.
I'd like to have a certain rumor put into circulation. When the moment's right and I give the signal, I simply have him say, I wonder if it's about time for the price of wheat to go up. So if the price of wheat is rumored to be going up, they'll be rushing to purchase it at the current rate. And to secure as much supply as they can, they'll hastily
Sell all their pyrite to get it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's easy.
I always knew you were made of different stuff, but I didn't know that common sense was included in
market. I'm gonna swoop in and buy it up.
how much of it.
1,000 silver coins worth.
Oh. Whoa.
As long as I can at least get 500 silver coins worth of pyrite before this time tomorrow, my wallet won't notice if the price goes up or down.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Whether the value goes up or down, it makes no
Yep.
difference.
Doesn't matter.
Lose a single coin.
Yep. So by the time it's crashing, you grab it at the lower price and give it to him at the price you agreed upon later.
Yep.
Brilliant. He's basically using time magic right now with economics. Yeah.
Is the rumor thing all you needed from me?
Mostly. Just that and you getting me the pyrite. pyrite.
Oh,
Find a seller before I signed the contract with him?
Well, time wasn't on my side. I had to move fast.
That's how you get fucked by this deal.
right,
Of course, there's a cut for you too.
right, right.
Good. And with that agreed,
Wait, what?
No?
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to pass on this one.
all I'm asking you to do is buy some pyrite on my behalf. I'm not asking you to invest. What's more, you'll be making money. I'm not asking you to cross the steep mountains or navigate the passes, extract the pyrite, and bring it back yourself.
You're telling me to cross the city, navigate the markets, and extract pyrite from the merchant.
Yeah,
You really should have counted on, like, figured this out before you entered the agreement.
yeah,
The life of a town merchant favors sustainability above all.
yeah.
We bet our reputations on get-rich-quick.
Right.
Right.
And the reputation thing especially.
They'd think I'd lost my mind and was jeopardizing my business over some passing craze.
Same with his wife, you know?
Yeah.
I'm the owner of
Yeah.
this
Yep.
stall, but its significance extends far beyond just me. That's just how it is.
Dang, I got a bloody nose.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry.
Don't be.
It's all this talk of money.
Yeah.
When you brought her by here before, even my ignorant eyes could see how much that girl liked you. Have more confidence.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Are there any other angles you could come at this from?
I suppose I could always try talking to Mr. Bartos.
There's also an alchemist.
That honey-tongued woman controls the whole northern district. She's the person you have to talk to if you're looking to make a deal with the alchemist. They're alchemists, Lawrence.
Yeah.
They deal largely in minerals.
Yeah. Are you not cluing in? Oh my god.
Local businesses wouldn't be caught dead dealing with them.
Needing it spelled out to you.
But you're a traveling merchant.
Right.
You don't care.
Hopefully this gives you something to go.
There you go. Go.
Save me from missing out on a tremendous
Silly man.
I may not be able to pitch in, but I'm pulling for you.
I'm doing the
Yeah.
rumor.
Yeah.
I'll point you in the direction of a few merchants that might be interested in selling to you.
Cool.
Ah.
Yep.
That expression. Is it any wonder she'd go to such extreme lengths for it?
Oh. Oh. Oh.
The wind is gonna blow your way.
Oh.
Set sail.
Go.
Yeah.
Fly. Fly, my dumbass. Go.
Right.
Good day.
Now, is that J. Michael Tatum voicing him?
J. Michael Tatum is Lawrence.
Oh, it's Lawrence. Right,
Yeah.
right. But I recognize the other guy, too.
I recognize his voice too, but I don't know where from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Of course, J. Michael Tatum is Lawrence, but it's another guy that
Yeah.
I know is voicing.
That would have been really funny though if that entire conversation was the
just
same
him
person.
talking to himself. It could be, honestly. Okay.
All right.
Lawrence stayed up all night, basically cooking up a plan.
Yeah, stonk market. Here we go.
I love it. The idea that he set the deal, locked it in, told him nothing about that. He's like, I don't have any pyrite. What are you talking about?
I don't have that shit.
I don't have that useless garbage.
But because he had an obvious motivation that
Right.
involved this deal, so Amadi knows there's some danger to himself, so Lawrence has a motivation to do this. And that's why he's insisting on it being credit. He misses the fact that, wait a minute, oh, you just actually don't have it. So,
Right. That's why you need the timeline as well. Is
Exactly.
to not just crash it, but to also then
Right.
theoretically
Yep.
get your hands on some.
Granted, he does have the amount that he was able to get, or no, he was trying to get it from,
Right.
from his friend, but he said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So he
Lawrence-
has money to get the pyrite.
Oh, he has all of the money he needs for
Right.
it, but it's the thing that he probably wouldn't be able to risk buying it anywhere near the value it's currently at.
And hence why going to the alchemist's area, he'll still be paying the expensive rate because they know about the bubble too. They helped create it.
Right.
But it's something where then it won't affect the market over here.
Yeah.
Because they're like, cool, yeah, whatever.
Right, but the idea also of then, instead of having the value of the pyrite go down, he's going to focus on making the value of the wheat go up. And the way that you naturally have that is you have to have then them buy wheat using some form of assets. And if
Right.
the current hotness is pyrite,
Then that's where most of people's money will be.
that's all most people's money will be. And because there's a limited amount of time to make sure you get enough amount of the wheat before the festival's over and everything.
Right. Especially given that these traveling merchants that are coming through the area, the money that they're putting into the pyrite, it's a short-term investment because they know it's a bubble.
Right, they don't care
Yeah.
basically what they transfer it into as long as they transfer it into something that's going to get them a net profit at some point in the future.
And before the bubble for the pyrite, collapses.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So they were like, oh, cool, I'm not going to be able to get anything crazy out of it because, it's time to sell it. So
Yeah.
then it will not just collapse, it will collapse fast.
Right, and also given that I know that probably a bunch of other merchants are going to be buying up wheat, I want to get the wheat before they do. Right. So that way I can get it at a cheaper deal.
In some ways, what you'd want to do is you'd then want to be a wheat owner and basically be like ready for the surplus of customers you're about to have.
Which is what his friend is.
Right, yeah. Exactly. So it's like, hey, I'm setting you up on 2 levels potentially if you buy this for me. And he's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm already going to win if this works out for you. And why would I risk my reputation going around seeming like I'm a part of this whole scheme?
I'm a family man and I have a permanent place of business. I can't risk that.
It's a nice setup of foreshadowing for the kind of person Lawrence will need to be when he eventually gets a shop. Thinking about not just your little schemes that you've got up
little
here,
wheels
but
and
the
deals.
relationships that you're trying to develop in the long term.
Right.
Also, Lawrence.
Especially because maybe you're dealing with someone that has an even more focus on the long term than you do because they've been around for centuries.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
There's a fun accidental lesson Lawrence might learn from this. So I'm really excited about this. Although it was one dig on the episode was it was just kind of comical a little bit. Now, to be fair, he is scared. He is spinning out a little bit right now. In the same way that also Holo was earlier. But the fact that he needs to spell it out for him of like, why don't you go to the lady that you're introduced to? I'm like, why would I do that? I'm like, why?
Because there are a bunch of alchemists there. Huh?
What are alchemists?
Yeah.
Do you know what alchemists do?
Right.
Now, maybe that's that little bit of meta knowledge of stuff like that, and alchemists are a pretty rare thing for Lawrence to have encountered in general.
He's a merchant, you know.
He should know.
Although, I guess, to be fair, he's a traveling merchant as opposed to a city merchant, so this guy would be way more familiar with alchemists than he is.
Right, and I don't mind that he's the one to do it. It's more just the amount of time we spent basically in this episode with those two talking in order to communicate to the audience what the plan is, and then also having him set up what the next episode is.
It's not as bad as the situation with the apples, where, you know, he's like, wait, you did that with the apples? As opposed to like, you know, Holo being like, oh yeah, so I totally did something with the apples. Oh, okay, cool. What? You know?
Yeah.
But
best scene, though, I would say, was just the way in which he initiated the duel with Amadi. Amadi has become more and more likable the longer this arc goes on. You can really tell that what he is basically is Lawrence before he ended up basically going off and traveling enough that his own maybe coldness and loneliness ended up settling in. So he's just looking at a younger version of himself, who's got that like
who doesn't want to be cutthroat and
who doesn't want to be cutthroat, who's got like a little bit of
on top
a little bit of spunk, but you know definitely has the chops, you know.
And then also came from that more cushy like upbringing where he doesn't need to be cutthroat to get what he wants. You know, like
he's got natural charisma. He's got good education.
He's got a lot of money just to start with, so he doesn't need to be as scrappy as Lawrence does. You know, and then also, oh hey, the fact like the way that Lawrence is going about trying to fuck him over, is based on the very thing in the previous arc that almost ruined Lawrence with the whole credit thing. And so, you know, it's the, yes, I had to learn this lesson the hard way. I know that he's in this and he's emotionally attached to what's going on. So I'll lean with that to make sure I secure the deal. But that's something that I might be able to get him with in general because he probably hasn't had to deal with something like that.
He definitely hasn't had to deal with something like that before. Yeah, and I really liked the way in which we saw this become a battle of verbal sparring in the same way that a lot of the interactions between Holo and Lawrence are in general when they end up going into verbal battle and she makes a remark of like, I see you not falling for my bait is you know, making things less fun for me. And he's like, well, you know, that's the game, you know, get good, you know?
I gotta keep you on your toes.
And so in this case, he basically pulls a Holo, learns from her, and he offers bait. He offers a very, very, very juicy bit of bait. And in some ways, he has bait within the bait to make sure that he thinks he knows what the game is that Lawrence is doing.
And that's where I think in the conversation with them, the fact that Amadi takes a while to get to the So you're trying
Conclusion.
to the conclusion of reducing the price.
Yeah, it's
I feel
still
like
fine.
it works a bit better. Because,
works a bit better.
because that's the point. Lawrence was wanting him to come to that conclusion as a way to deflect off of the fact that it's credit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas the other thing is just reminding us about something we already know. So it doesn't feel like it's for the sake of the audience. It feels like it's for the sake of the characters, which
That
which
then makes it work a lot better.
Well, no, I'm talking about
Oh.
the second thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, a very tense episode in that we get to see Lawrence kind of spinning out. We're not sure what his plan is going to be. And even when we get a piece of it, the reveal that he's then going to basically buy at the value that it will be when it crashes. Because as long as it's done before the end of the day, he can be like, hey, Amadi, look at this. Oh, yes, I'd like to purchase this garbage for, 2 gold or whatever.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
here you go.
Here you go. And then he's like, I hate you. I hate you so much. I hate you.
Right.
And it's just like, good, Like,
and what would be even better is if then he's like, well, guess what, Lawrence? I managed to, do what I was doing really well, so I can still pay off Holo's contract.
Right.
Then he gives him the 1,000 silver, and he's like, ha.
Yeah,
I
I hedged my bets, and I bought tons of wheat.
Right, exactly.
And now the wheat is at a great price, and I'm going to sell it.
Yeah, exactly.
I sold my wheat just now, and he's like, here you go. I have 2,500 Trini silver.
Yeah, and then he pays off Holo's debt.
And he pays, Lawrence the
Holo's debt.
500.
And he's like, ha. And Lawrence is sitting there with 1,500 Trini silver coins, and then Holo still goes with him or something, and then Amadi's just like, what?
Well, yeah, that's where I in some ways want to have basically the triple conversation where Holo finds a way to, I don't even think she would emotionally want this, but there's something funny in my head about them both being at like an auction and being like 1,200, 1,300.
Yeah, right.
And instead of it being like her picking based on that, it's the like, so who is going to handle my, emotional tirades? Who's going to give me the best snacks? And it's like, well, I'll have I know exactly what kind of snacks are your favorite.
And something that I love about this, because...
But that would be too comical for this very serious situation.
Oh, sure. And it would be very easy for this kind of situation to feel like a shallow Holo's just trying to figure out who's richer.
She's not.
But she's not. No. But the thing is that she understands that that is the language that both of these people understand and speak, and that's what they value. So it's but how much do you actually care about me?
Right.
And will you put your literal money where your mouth is with regards to, since that is what you care about, know?
But you care about more than that, right, Lawrence? Yeah.
Oh, he absolutely does. Yeah. And that's where it's like no, why don't you just go talk to her? Like even
he's literally circling around the foot of the building.
And he goes into the building to go talk to her, and he's about to go up there, and then it's like, oh, here's these letters. He sees the marriage contract, and of course he freaks out, right? Yeah. But that would be the way to then show that you're like, going to be mature about it and stuff is be like, hey, can we talk about this?
I get also the idea that Lawrence is just scared because he's so emotionally close to this that if he touches it anymore, he'll screw it up again.
Right, and so he's like, okay, let's go back to the language I understand, which is trade, because she gave me the challenge of, here's his assets, here's the marriage contract.
Figure it out.
If you're going to fight for me, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very fun episode. Next episode is going to be a doozy, though.
Yeah.
But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the doobly-doo up there. You watch full-length timer reactions there, and any level support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.